Welcome YouTube, Max 1 Chase 1 again with another DIY tip. And this video DIY tip will be about a slide out safety stick. Now everyone have been to a campground or have parked their RV while they're boondocking somewhere and they had trees or poles or RV stations that was kind of close to your RV, and you're kind of wondering, can my slide out really make it being this close? So you kind of, roll up the dice whether you can make it or not before you unhook the truck or your tow vehicle from your trailer. And that goes along with trailers and fifth wheels, and also too with motorhomes too. Before you decide to start unhooking and hooking up hoses and all of that stuff, you want to make sure that you do have good clearance from those objects before you wind up to start letting the slide out and you have a damage. To prevent that, what I did is I went to my local DIY store, the home folks and the low folks that sell everything you need for the house. And what I did, I brought an 8-foot 2x2 for about like $2, $2.70, give or take a few cents. And what I did, I brought it home, then I went to my RV and I measured the extension of each of my 3 slides. And then also too, I added a little bit of an extra length for a safety zone, just to be on the safe side. And then after that, I took the measurements from each of the slides and I put it on my slide out safety stick. And then I gave a little bit of an extra safety zone just to be on the safe side. Let's take a look at my slide out safety stick that I did. Now again, my stick, like I said, is my slides will come out this is about as far as my slide on one of my slides would come out to be. And you notice I have a little bit of a safety zone here. So the length of my slide outs is about in this range here. Alright. Again, I have 3 different slides. Like I said, I have one slide that's for the bedroom slide, one for the right side dinette, where I have the dinette and the couch, and another one where I have a TV slide and a desk. Alright, so let's start with slide out number 1. Same thing you notice here. It says here against the trailer wall. So you take this, place it right up against the wall, and my slide out for the first slide out is going to come from there all the way out to here. Alright, and once it get to there, I did give it a little bit of a safety zone, but it's not really the factor. The factor is that anything between here and all the way out here, if nothing interferes in this space here, the slide out can extend without any doubt that it will strike anything. Alright, let's go to slide out number 2. Slide out number 2, same as before. Place this up against the wall of the trailer. Come all the way out here to where the second slide out will come out to here. Notice I have the word exact right here. This is exactly where the slide out is going to stop when it's extended. Same thing, I have a little safety zone, and anything beyond that, if nothing is in this zone here, then also to slide out number 2 can extend with no fear of having any damage to it. Now roll it over one more time and we have slide out number 3. Again, we go back to against the wall of the trailer all the way out till you get to the exact point on how far the slide is going to come out. Put a little safety zone in between there, and anything between here and the outside of the stick shows that if nothing is in this zone here, the slide out can extend without no fear of any damage coming to the slide out by extending it. And this is good to have this practice done before you unhook your truck, your motorhome, start hooking up hoses and all that stuff. And if you do need to move it, you can thank your slide out safety stick, and there are no arguments between you and your other partner saying, well, why didn't you check to make sure that that slide didn't strike that tree or that pole? So this comes in handy, doesn't really cost you anything, and it saves you a whole lot of headache and heartache. Now, some people may take their slide out and put them all on one side. All right, but notice that between my slide out number 2 and number 3, see there's a little bit of a difference between 2 and 3. All right, so that's why I rolled it over once more and did number 3. All right, however you want to mark yours, slide out safety stick is good, but like I said, I do just take this slide out and I just stick it in the corner. Sometimes you may need it, sometimes you don't, but it's always good to have it to be on the safe side so you don't strike a tree or a pole or a hookup station. Okay, now let's take a look at the slide out safety stick and how it's used in the field. Now, how I use my slide out safety stick in this next segment is that we were at the Newport News Park Campground in Newport News, Virginia. It's a wooded campground, plenty of trees. We have actually went pretty close to a tree and almost came in contact with it. If I'd have had my slide out safety stick, I wouldn't have never got that close. I would have moved the fifth wheel just to make sure that I did have good clearance. But take a look at the next clip where it's going to be added on to here, where we did a before check and then we did an after check after the slide outs are out. Let's go ahead and go to that segment now, and we'll wind up and see how it works in the field, and I hope it works for you just as well as it worked for me. All right, here's my first slide out. This is slide out number 1. Notice I got it up against the trailer where it says against trailer wall. That slide out is going to come all the way to right here. And here's that safety zone. And anything beyond here and over, if it's not touching, it's fine. So this slide out can come all the way out to here with no problem. Now let's go to slide out number 2. That is the right side dinette. That's on the upper side. And right here where we have an object, that tree, and here's the slide out. Same thing. Right against the wall of the trailer. And this slide out, is going to come all the way out to here. So we know that we're a good object away from that tree right there. So this slide out is good to go as well. All right. Now let's go to slide out number 3. And this was going to be the TV slide out on the left side. Same thing, we have a tree that's here. Again, as I say on the stick, against the trailer end. That's against the trailer. And as we go to where the slide out is going to come out, the slide out is going to come all the way out to here. And anything between here and there is a safety zone. All right. So you can kind of see the trees there. And this slide out too can come out with no danger of striking any object. Take a look for the bedroom left slide. Again, it'll go against the trailer. That's where it sits right up against the outside edge of the slide. And anything beyond that is a safety zone for the slide out to be safely extended. And this is the right side slide out dinette. This is the exact length. So you can kind of see how it's right along the edge. So anything over there is a safety zone. That means that the slide out will fit. This is for the right side dinette slide. This is the TV slide, the third slide. Again, one end goes against the trailer. Goes along where the slide out comes out, and notice where the line is. I gave it a little bit of an extra safety barrier, but this is where the actual length of the slide is, and anything from here on out is a safety zone. So that shows that this slide out can come out with no danger of striking anything. Again, this is my slide out precautionary stick when you're in tight areas. And you want to make sure that your slide out will fit before you unhook or either do damage to your slide out by striking an object.